Huh? Sakura's dead? She's really dead?
I heard Hina talking when I stared steadily forward. Stop liking people. I'm sorry! Oh, god damn it, I don't like Byakuya, so he'll probably live for a while longer. Oh man, there are so few people left alive, too. So few people left alive that there are not really many people you can point it at, can you? This should be interesting. I can only look on at Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead? Checking for a pulse or a reaction? Well, the body alarm did go off, so... I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. With shaky legs, Hina left the rec room. Oh god, no kidding, Lazy Shell. Marco just kept on keeping on. Despite her being creepy and weird like Celeste. Oh, Celeste was awesome. Why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. No, Dark Dust, I have neither played the game before nor seen the anime.
I
need to examine Sakura's body. Yeah, this is a 100% spoiler-free run. Totally blind. I had that thought as well, Amy, but they also did specifically call back to the fight with Monokuma. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there unable to do a thing, time just passed. Yeah, I'm probably going to look the anime up after I finish the game. But definitely want to go through the game first. After I don't know how long. I got everyone.
What?
Ogre?
yes.
Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed? I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means.
Interesting.
Sakura was murdered by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say?
Huh?
No. Whoever killed her. It's not just someone in this room.
It's your fault!
It's one of you, Hiro, Byakuya, Toko. One of you killed Sakura. What? Poor Hiro. It's pointed out so many times. Dude, just leave me alone, man.
What?
And they're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation. I don't need to investigate anything. Because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it, I know it. You know it?
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad.
What the heck?
What are you doing here?
Come on!
Isn't that obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer.
It's the
That's right.
Monokuma file!
It's the next Monokuma file. And don't get so mad, Miss Asahino, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Now then, with that, Hold on. Something I want to ask you. It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura.
Say what?
Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again, and then...
In other words...
Not I killed her? Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to the most regrettable end without even getting a chance to finish things with me.
Phew!
Which, thank God for that. Saved me the trouble of having to go through with a little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that.
Hey,
I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she'd violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her.
well...
So I don't know who it was. Whoever the blackened one is this time. I owe you one.
What is this?
You owe them one? Oopsie. Before you get all pissy-potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. Because, I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
What this?
What the hell? He owes them one?
I won't forgive you.
I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, I'm glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind, after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura. Or that'll be whomever, Brogami. Get your shit right.
Anyway,
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. And let's decide who will stand guard this time. All of our normal guards are dead, so I'll do it. Hina? I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina's guard number 1. But we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
what?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to say.
What?
Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene.
Huh?
What?
It's your fault!
One of you killed Sakura.
I won't forgive
I won't let
you.
someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are just as much in danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
It's all clear now.
I won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me. You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep.
Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. And you, Hiro? Do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear now.
And it's decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
Listen,
It's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura, it's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's kind of a hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it. Better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There was evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. Really? However, it seems at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Poison. Okay.
Hey,
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
so...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door had been jammed shut with a chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till he broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
In other words,
This is a classic locked room murder. Fuck yeah. Locked room murder? That poison shake brings all the dead to the yard? Oh yeah. I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. Could it really happen in real life? Right before our very eyes like this?
hey,
You're curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. It simply means the killer commits his crime, and through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed.
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun, you shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, or something like that.
However,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
Third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is opened, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. It sounds like it could have been possible. Maybe.
it's true.
Hey, Exile Richard, Sid, how you doing? And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room?
In other words,
By that I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. And you think we can cross that one off too?
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. And Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. Right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. Sakura, if nothing else. Hey again, Spoons. Enjoying the concert, I take it? Well, first things first. First things first, pour one out for Sakura. She was one of the good ones. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. It's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. According to the Monokuma file, she'd also vomited blood. And I can see trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what could have caused her to vomit blood? So, most likely scenario. Poison, weakens her, collapses, taking out all defenses. What have you missed, Cakes? Murder! Welcome back. The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Yep, Sakura's dead, Spoons. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Yeah.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. It does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. It's also possible the blow to the head was completely unrelated. Shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. Glass is all red, and oh, it's one of the bottles from up on the shelf. These are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Oh, there's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Yeah, looks like one of these. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottles?
So,
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Hey Eric, we're just starting investigating the next crime scene. You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the bottle or the bow placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
in other words,
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. I feel like I'm starting to finally make sense of things little by little. The Monokuma bottle's sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. Red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? Shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
Oh, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well...
Yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jacket attacked me, right? Just after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Yeah, the figures were different chess pieces. I was kind of curious to see specifically which pieces were up there, which one was used to kill her. Well, at least to hit her. Don't think it killed her. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. Made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. I really liked them that much.
'Cause, I mean...
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor. You know. Interesting. It kind of sets it up to almost look like maybe Hina actually killed her. Like given Sakura, I could see Sakura basically sacking herself to get Hina out. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's what's actually going on here. Let's just go ahead and talk to her a bit. We already know who did it.
I won't forgive you.
Yakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. I couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Hey, Blue, how you doing? Does blunt force trauma to the head cause blood vomit? No. No, I'm quite sure that the, don't know if the trauma was before or after, but she was definitely poisoned. That's where the blood vomit comes from. Let me help you find out more. See, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. When I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon. On the criminal file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. She wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. The fact that she had asked those three to meet with her. And she asked them to come here to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly.
However,
Good luck stopping Sakura by force. Yeah. For Sakura to have been killed, she's not the type to go down without a fight.
it's true.
She certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? It must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. Yeah, I kind of wonder, though. It's entirely possible someone has slowly been poisoning her since the fourth floor opened up and we gained access to that material. Oh, was the option that someone else is the target of the poison? Possibly. There's only two people who actually generally make use of the protein stuff. And it's those two.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's nothing I'd like to, or there's something I'd like to talk to you about. There's nothing. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. And it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. What fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. Ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Yaki says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until they can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So...
Looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. No. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab. That particular one, Proteinzyme X, she specifically mentioned was, basically, like, connoisseur-level protein. Oh, did she jump on your lap from under the desk out of nowhere?
Just a second.
That's strange. What is?
Hey,
See what's scattered around the can? Shards of light through the glass. Must be parts of the window I broke to get inside, except the window's not blue, is it?
correct.
They aren't just scattered around the can, they're also beneath it. Why does that matter?
So...
Can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll be an important clue later on. Important clue? I'm not sure I see how. At least... That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting because that would imply that it was already there. Some of those shards were already there before we broke in. It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 noon. It's roughly an hour ago. Is that when Kyoko and I were moving alter ego? Well, that is pretty goddamn creepy, Laura. There's bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf. That must come from Sakura, right? It doesn't make sense. Why is this so far from where she died? Oh, the locker's open, and they're on the inside. It's a handprint?
why?
What's a handprint doing here? Looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left the handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
It looks quite fresh, too. Say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hidden here until the locked room was open, don't you think? During all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group?
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, the locker was already open at that point.
indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in here until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? What it probably means is that someone was already in here before she even arrived. No, double check the magazine rack itself just in case. Same shelf full of magazines. Okay, nothing. Chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Okay, so there's something I still haven't. Let's double check the body. Yeah, okay. Already said all that. Already checked the shards, already checked the wrapper. Let's double talk to people too.
What the heck? I won't.
Okay, no, so... she's got the same thing to say.
Hey. Certainly.
She's got the same stuff to say as well. I really don't understand how the killer get out if they lock the door with a chair. And that's the joy of locked room puzzles. Because they don't seem possible. Already checked that, already checked the magazines. What haven't I clicked on? Unless I can actually check something on the door as opposed to just trying to exit. Oh, okay, can't check it. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window. Which happened, of course, when I broke to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the chair and the door, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. There was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside.
Listen.
Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
You should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Hey Joshua, how you doing? Drugged and poisoned protein made her all suspicious of everybody or something, locked herself in and died. Well, the only problem with that is the blow to the back of the head. And besides, she sent notes to them all asking them to meet, so she definitely didn't lock herself in. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. And she's right, we do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people and hear what they have to say. While we're at it, I also want to check the chem lab. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Oh, or it's gonna drag me down here. Yep, after murder before class trial. There's the doorbell. After a few seconds.
You know?
What's up, Makoto? You need something? Yeah, actually, just wanted to check something. So I Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Your special abilities awakened in you? I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Oh, well... when she asked me to meet her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She,
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong!
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually...
Last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look at me!
I haven't seen her since then. I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Oh, and do you still have it? Let's see. Nero was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come
Oh,
on!
sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. When he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hero's pocket. Huh.
Huh?
Quick as the wind, Hero snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on!
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Hey, animal. Before waiting for a reply, Hero quickly slipped back into his room. You said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. So... Please tell me it's not that obvious. Though I would absolutely give him props for nutting up and actually fucking doing something for the first time in the entire goddamn game. Holy shit. Press the doorbell. After a few seconds...
Who's there?
The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall. That's an appropriate word for her.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I want to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well...
I don't know what you're talking about. Yaki already told me that she'd asked to meet with him. She wanted to meet with Master 2? I just said 2, didn't I? Because now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note. I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but... I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Yeah, I know what you mean, Joshua. Toko's at the bottom of my list, but Jill is way up near the top. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. For that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? Chem lab. Definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So, where should I start? Yeah, she's referred to as both Jack and Jill in this. Kyoko? No. Alright, Chem Lab was down that way.
What?
Makoto, do you have your eye on the Chem Lab too? Bingo, Cubby's got it right. Sakura best. Sakura's just pretty awesome in Mall. Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. What you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. Yes sir, go fuck yourself. This is my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. Should probably take a closer look at it. Looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. More important right now. What's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Well, someone else already did. There are footprints? They're only in front of the left shelf. One of those footprints relate to the scene as a whole. I need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop, chop. Okay. Motherfucker. So I got to work, and before long I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. I'm an artist, yo. I'm the real Steve Jobs. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me?
I see.
So you look at it like this. Interesting. It appeared that whoever left these footprints only had business to the left on the shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
Those footprints must be.
It's certainly
Kodo, are
possible.
they yours? No?
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I can think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. Let's see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? With how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And these prints are a really valuable clue. Yet, interestingly enough, they're not actually a truth bullet. Don't they have the footprints? Unless it gives me one for re-looking at it? Huh, no, it's not a truth bullet. That's interesting. I almost hope the end involves you either killing that guy or thwarting him. Yeah, I have to admit, him committing a crime and you being able to actually destroy him for it would be a lot of fun. On the other hand, him just getting offed by somebody else would be incredibly humiliating for the man who can't lose. Extra huge bonus points if I have to kill him in self-defense and then misdirect the trial, resulting in me being the only person to leave. That would make me happy. Looks like the bottle had a label on it, Chem C4. Boom. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. And this powder must have been spilled.
So, in other words...
That's right. It could only been around the time of the incident. That's really when it happened. It must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder. Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. Of course, there's also Chem C9 in there. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. But wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Did someone have put it there on accident? So on this shelf looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents, but simply they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must surely be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. Hang on. What? She does not look happy. Fuck it, fine, bring her over. Well, apparently we got temporary cat cam, so... Say hello. Yeah, after each trial, Monokuma opens up another floor, which is how we're up on the 4th floor now. On this shelf is... Oh, look, and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. They look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. Go figure. Should try to find out more about the shelving unit. Looks like it's... wait. Really? Okay, A is dietary, section B is reagents, section C is lethal chemicals. Sucker must have gotten the protein powder from section A. What concerns me is that section A, there was a bottle with a label from section C. What was the bottle of poison from section C doing in section A? Definitely something going on here. Yeah, she seems to have kind of just settled in there. Wasn't exactly expecting that. Okay, I need you to go away now so I can actually play the game. So, say bye-bye. And up you go. Oh.
She kicked Plushie over.
Damn it. Poor plushie. Oh god, there's one under the desk too. Surrounded by cats. Alright, well, can we check the bottom section? Okay, no, it's all the same thing. That's enough. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. Should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. So the bottle's labeled MC4. Footprints. So is he just rehashing everything we already know? I guess this is what turns into the truth bullet. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints in the powder has been added. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe we should take another look around the rec room. Yeah, let's see if he's got anything else left to say.
I see.
Makoto, I admit you have a good eye for spotting useful clues. You also need to learn how to make use of those clues. Yeah, to be fair, he's kind of right on that. Human, I hereby promote you to Throne 8th class. Yay! Thank God for the run option.
Hey,
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? Tell Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. It's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying?
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. The three things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Yeah, even though we saw 3, Kyoko was instrumental in them, and honestly Byakuya was instrumental in a couple of those as well. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recall it with fun of touching a dead body. She's completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Well, there are still some times. Can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
it's true.
That's totally normal. And how can you...
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
More importantly, look here. Her shoes?
correct.
You see the yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem...
Grant the Sakura can be beefy from working out, but how old is she supposed to be? I don't know. It appears she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. My god, it's almost like forensic work. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. For example, a character in Princess Tennis supposed to middle school students look like they're 35. Have you ever seen the manga for Battle Royale? Everyone in that looks like they're in their 30s and 40s. Especially Kawada. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident? What is that? Something ladies.
Hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. Picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word had been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said Toko. Could this be a dying message? I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna go with someone's magnificent misdirection attempt.
correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. Except her hands had no blood, so... Not Sakura. A dying message.
however,
Just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Is that... It says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
what the heck?
Then she's the killer, right? Oh god. Owie, cool your shit, seriously.
I'm gonna forgive
It's settled.
you.
She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. And Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new. Oh, isn't that interesting? There's more missing pieces than just the one that we have. Hey Stormcrow, how's it going? Yeah, there's more, I think the piece we picked up was the knight. Which means we're missing the queen.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. Bingo, Amy. Correlation. Assuming he knows chess. It's not a Japanese game. Hey, Kyoko, can you just tell me what it is?
so,
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? Oh, answer? I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree?
hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces, too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. That obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. And that Kyoko left the room. Yeah, she doesn't like giving spoilers. I really don't know what this is about, but... What choice do I have? I better just do it. Took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
so then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're gonna use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected in one of the Monokuma bottles is still intact. That's assuming, of course, that the pieces themselves inside weigh similarly, but I guess let's assume they do. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done. The question is all the glass... Basically, is all the glass here?
listen,
First, let's compare the weight of two of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced,
in other words,
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? A normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. Did my best to get them all, there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
So then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. Interesting. Huh? Broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
I'm guessing we have parts from both bottles. The question is why they picked up the piece from inside one.
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together,
hey,
and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. Huh. Yeah, the question is, where's the queen piece?
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I?
Praise the Moon is top donation side of a month. Praise the Sun is top of all time.
Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.